Hello everyone, Jason Voorhees here, and since the new Crystal Lake series is gonna be coming out on Peacock real soon, I decided that I will be ranking all the Friday the 13th movies worst to best, and don't worry, there will be no spoilers of all the movies. I'm going to give my opinions on all the movies and see which one is the best one. Now, let's get this started. And the number 12 spot, we have Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. Final Friday my ass. This is the worst over all the movies. I don't feel like explaining about this movie. If you want to watch the movie, go ahead, but I just don't like this movie. In the number 11 spot, we have Friday the 13th Part 5, The New Beginning. Okay, to give a credit, I don't think this movie is bad. I just don't like it as much because Jason is not the killer. Instead it's some guy named Roy Burns. That he only become a killer because his son got killed by giving out a chocolate bar. Sounds weird and dumb, but the movie is still fun to watch and very enjoyable. If you guys feel like watching, go ahead. In the number 10 spot, we have Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. This movie is basically about Jason being in a boat the whole time. Then later of the movie, he goes to New York City. Pretty cool, right? Even though this movie does have a few goofs, like the hallucination scenes and stuff, but is still fun to watch, especially if you like movies with boats and New York City. In the number 9 spot, we have Friday the 13th Part 2. This is the first movie where I become the killer, but this is the movie where I don't have my hockey mask yet. Instead, it's some type of sack for a head, but at least it's still Jason. If you want to watch it, go ahead, it's a great film. In the number 8 spot, we have Jason X. This is a super fun film. This is the movie where I actually go to space. That's right, you heard that correctly. I actually go to space. Hey indie boys, if you're watching this video, I just want to let you know that you're not the only one that went to space. Even though this film does have some goofy acting, it's still a great film and fun to watch. In the number 7 spot, we have Friday the 13th Part 3, in 3D. This is the first movie where I actually get my hockey mask, and Jason has the best design in the movie. Hack. Even in my skits and everything in my videos. For Jason that is normally used for pictures, is the Part 3 Jason. You can even watch this movie in 3D, if you have 3D glasses of course. In the number 6 spot, we have Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. This is another movie that Jason has a great design. In this movie, Jason fights a girl with special powers, similar to Sans. She could basically move around objects and stuff. And this is the movie where Jason has the sleeping bag kill. One of my favorite kills. Of course. Recommend watching. In the number 5 spot, we have the first Friday the 13th movie. This is another movie that I'm not the killer. Instead it's my mum. The movie is great if you want to watch it. And this is the movie where my mum got her head chopped off. I hate that part so much. Which is why I got my revenge in part 2. And if you guys want to learn a little bit of a story to me, watch the first movie. In the number 4 spot, we have the Friday the 13th remake. That came out in 2009. It's a good movie I will say, and this came out in the time where remakes starting to come out. And this is the best one over all of the remakes in my opinion. Recommend watching. In the number 3 spot, we have Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. Even though this is not the final chapter, but it's still a good movie. This is the movie where we have a kid as a hero this time. Recommend watching. In the number 2 spot, we have Freddy vs. Jason. This is a really good movie. This is the movie where I actually fought Freddy Krueger. If you're watching this indie boys, think of this as Friday the 13th's own version of Bendy vs. Sans. It's a really great movie, and it plays a really great song in the end, which I would put the name right there if you want to listen to it. Recommend watching. In the number 1 spot, we have Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. This is an excellent movie. This is where the same kid from the final chapter is an adult now, and I came back to life. And this movie, it has excellent story and excellent kills. Just like Freddy vs. Jason, it also plays a banger song in the end. That I would put the name right there if you want to listen to it. Recommend watching. And that's it. That's all the Friday the 13th movies in Worst the Best. See you guys. I got to go kill some more campers.